A church could be standing in the way of New Jersey commuters' hopes for a faster trip to New York City. CBS 2's Emily Smith explains a religious roadblock.
For some weary New Jersey commuters, even just talk of the Penn South project, which would add rail stations and in some cases eliminate bus transfers, gives them a sigh of relief.
There's a lot of stoppages on train lines and there's a lot of delays getting into Penn Station. And if this is going to ease that, unfortunately, if something has to go.
That something that has to go could be a beloved church, St. John the Baptist. Amtrak's plans to expand rail service across the Hudson would require adding another Penn Station terminal and 2 underground rails beginning at 31st Street. Father Thomas Frank says he hasn't been contacted yet about a possible church demolition, but fears it's imminent.
And certainly nothing could replace a church that's been on site since 1870.
The church also houses a special shrine dedicated to St. Padre Pio. It contains a fingerless glove and a stained sock. It's believed Father Pio, in a small Italian church in 1918, started bleeding from his hands and feet as the miracle of stigmata, which some Catholics believe recreates the crucifixion wounds of Christ.
It's never been on our radar that they could ever tear down a church of this historical significance.
While the plans are far from final, Amtrak building a new rail station for Jersey commuters would likely mean taking over the entire block. An Amtrak spokesperson says Amtrak does not necessarily intend to and is not pursuing a plan to demolish anything yet. It's currently assessing the property acquisition needs that would be required for the possible future expansion of Penn Station.
It's an example of old New York architecture, and we need that to remind ourselves and inspire ourselves for future projects around the city.
And that sentiment echoed by most everyone on the block. In Midtown Manhattan, Emily Smith, CBS 2 News.
Emily also reached out to New Jersey Transit. A spokesperson says an official plan has not been proposed yet, so the agency won't comment. The project is still 10 to 15 years away, according to Amtrak.